Hello everyone, this is Average Adam, and I got a huge announcement here. There have been some leaked characters in Heroes of the Storm. About 37 of them, to be honest, maybe even a little more. So, without further ado, we're going to go through here, and I'm going to show you guys all of the heroes that have been leaked, and tell you a little bit more about who they are, and yeah, there's also some sound files, so you guys will get to hear exactly what these heroes sound like. Let me fix my webcam here, which is all fucked up. There we go. Well, apparently I suck at fixing webcams, but okay, here we go. So first hero we got here is Dahaka. Dahaka is a primal Zerg. If you've played the StarCraft 2 campaign, you'd get to see Dahaka as one of the people who Kerrigan recruits for her new Zerg army. They're the primal Zerg. They're what started the Zerg. Pretty cool hero from what I've from what I've seen from the gameplay, because does join you, and he is a hero unit in StarCraft 2. We know he's there because there is an Abathur killing Dahaka sound file.
Primal Zerg, unacceptable.
So that would be Dahaka, which is pretty cool. Then we got Deathwing from StarCraft, as in his human form, of course. Deathwing is a really, really, really big dragon. Here's a thing that Brightwing says to Deathwing when he dies.
You give Wing family bad name.
So yeah, Deathwing, very, very huge. Sorry about the pop-ups. This is actually from a Russian site, so it's all loosely translated Russian. So if you guys want to pause this and read through the stuff, you can. I'll put a link down below if you guys just want to go to the website. You might have to use Google Translate in order to translate it. But yeah, so Deathwing, the Destroyer, or Neltharion as he used to be called, he was the final boss in the Cataclysm expansion, and he'll definitely be a very interesting hero. Especially, I want to see if they make him turn into a dragon, because his dragon form's huge. I mean, how can they scale that down, really? Then we got Moria. She's the queen of the Dark Iron Dwarves. For those of you who played Warcraft, right now there's a council of 3 in charge of the dwarves: the Dark Iron, the Wild Hammer, and the Bronze. The Iron Forge ones, which I think Magni is in control again. I'm not sure. I play Horde, not Alliance. So, but Moria is a priest, and here is a quote from Falstad killing Moria.
Well, I guess it's the Council of Two Hammers now.
So, yeah, so Moria will be in there, and she's a priest, so priest hero. Sounds good. A lot of dwarves, though, so far. Ragnaros, the Fire Lord. Ragnaros is a iconic hero from the original Warcraft. He was one of the big raid bosses. Yeah, I wasn't around for that time, but I heard it was pretty insane. And then they brought him back in Cataclysm, the 3rd expansion, and you got to actually fight him. And he has legs this time. So, he's a fire guy, and here's what Lily says when she kills him.
Hey, cool down, hothead.
So yeah, Ragnaros, he'll be a lot of fun. He's also in Hearthstone. Then we have Gul'dan. Gul'dan's pretty awesome. Gul'dan is an Orc Warlock, one of the 7 Warlords of Draenor, which is in the upcoming expansion for World of Warcraft. Not sure what his abilities are going to be yet. I think they're going to wait until... Because what they're going to do in Warlords of Draenor is have each tier of dungeoning, 5-man dungeons and raids, will have different warlords that you have to fight of all 7 of them. And so far we know of a couple of them there in the first tier. I don't think Gul'dan is part of it. Either Gul'dan or Ner'zhul is part of it, but he's an Orc Warlock. So here's what Illidan says when he kills him.
I'm taking your skull. Deal with it.
Yeah. So that's Gul'dan right there. And then we have Kil'jaeden. Oh boy, Kil'jaeden. Kil'jaeden is 2nd in command of the Burning Legion, which the Burning Legion is led by a Dark Titan. Titans created Azeroth, they created everything in the Warcraft universe. But the Titans, he's the 2nd in command of the Dark Titans of the Burning Legion. We have fought him once in the 1st expansion in the Sunwell, but all we did was banish him back to his plane of existence, whatever planet he's on. But yeah, he's a pretty huge lore villain, and I'll be excited to see him. I don't think we're actually going to see him until we know exactly when he's going to invade Warcraft again, because everyone expects that we're going to get to fight him again at some point. Here's what Illidan says when he questions him. If I can click it.
My fate is my own, demon.
Yeah, because Illidan was in control, or under the control of the Burning Legion for a little while. Wasn't too happy about it, but he did what he could.
I fear no demon, even you.
So kill Jaden. Awesome. Can't wait to see him. Magni Bronzebeard. Another one of the Bronzebeard clan. Brother to Muradin Bronzebeard. And I'm not sure what class he is. He could be a mage. I could be wrong, but he's the eldest brother, and he was frozen in stone for a little while, but I think he's alive again. I could be wrong. Here's what Moradin says when he kills Magni.
Nice try, brother.
Yeah. Okay, and then Grom Hellscreen, another one of the 7 warlords of Draenor. Grom is the father to Garrosh Hellscream, who you might know from Hearthstone or even World of Warcraft at this point. We fought him in the last expansion as the final boss. Not sure what his skills are going to be, but as it says here, they will likely be related to the his fight in the expansion. Though I believe it's been hinted at that he's going to be the final boss of the expansion, so we probably won't see him for at least another year, maybe. And they'll probably take his kit off of his actual fight, his raid fight. But which is kind of cool. I think it's awesome that Heroes of the Storm is going to be kind of following these games as they're going on. I imagine we'll see some of these new Protoss heroes will happen during Legacy of the Void, the next StarCraft expansion, or as new things come out for Diablo, we'll start seeing new Diablo heroes coming. I think that's pretty cool that they're doing that. Maeve Shadowsong. Night Elf, she's a rogue. She was important in Burning Crusade. I don't remember the exact reasons. I know that she was there when you killed Illidan and she helped you stop him. She was in a prison for a while. But she's a rogue, and it looks like she will be a rogue hero. So she's a warden. Yeah. So here's what Illidan says.
Can you put aside your anger, Warden?
Yeah.
Then for your sake, I hope you die.
And when Illidan kills her?
You have failed, Warden.
Yeah, and the Warden can only be Maeve, because she was the leader of the Wardens, who were under control of Illidan. Okay, then we have Queen Azshara. She's the Naga leader. The Naga were a bunch of night elves that wanted power and did bad things, and they became merfolk, essentially. They're the merfolk of the Warcraft universe. Azshara is their leader. We have not yet fought her in any form in Warcraft. In fact, we've seen some visions of her, but she's not yet a playable hero, or not a playable hero, but she's not yet a prominent character in the World of Warcraft stuff. We have not encountered her much. So, not in the form that we got in a fighter yet, but she is a villain. So, Illidan talking.
It's hard to believe you survived. I serve no one.
You will never be forgiven, Azshara. I have no words for you, traitor. Ha! Your skill is as faded as your beauty.
So obviously, she betrayed the Night Elves, and the other Night Elves are not very happy with her. Okay, Chandra's Feathermoon. I don't know much about this character. She is the adopted daughter of both Malfurion and Tyrande. That's all I know. It says here that she's basically a archer, so another archer character. Let's see here. Tyrande talking to her.
Steel yourself, Chandris. Our enemy is cunning and will not relent.
Flat out saying her name, that pretty much shows that she's...
May our arrows fly true.
Okay. So, yeah. Chandris, another night elf. A lot of night elves. Okay, Bran Bronzebeard. This one kind of excited me a little bit because he's the funny archaeologist character that you bump into in these ruin-like areas. And his instances that he's in are always funny. You don't fight him. He kind of an NPC that follows you along. He's always hilarious. It says likely similar to the Dwarven Sniper from Dota 2. I haven't played much of Dota, but I did play the Sniper. So that kind of surprises me, though. I would expect the Sniper character from Warcraft to be Hemet Nestingway, which is a big game hunter you find in anywhere that's populated by very large beasts in Warcraft, and you hunt them down. Usually most expansions have him somewhere out there hunting things. Here's what Moradin says to his brother.
Let's show him what a couple of Bronzebeards can do, eh?
And what Muradin says in response to what he says. His sound files obviously aren't in yet.
For the Bronzebeards!
Yeah. So another Bronzebeard, that's good. So all 3 Bronzebeards will be in. That's kind of cool, actually. Alright, Horus Warfield. He is a general, and he worked for Arcturus Minsk, kind of Rainer's enemy. I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens, but he's important in StarCraft 1 or in StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty campaign. I don't think he had a part in the second one. I think he was seen briefly, but in the first expansion. But yeah, he is a guy with a robot arm, and yeah, I can't really say much about him. He wasn't one of my favorite characters from the Wings of Liberty campaign, but yeah, here's what Kerrigan says.
Hope you've still got some fight in you. General.
Different ways to say it.
Warfield, you magnificent bastard! I read your book.
Looky here. General Horus Warfield. Just be glad I'm on your side.
So it's possible that Warfield could be a unit, another StarCraft unit. I want to see more StarCraft units get put in. I'm not sure what Warfield could be. He never was a unit on the battlefield, so I honestly don't know. But it's a black guy. We need more black guys, right? I'm not racist, I swear. Okay, Valerian Mengsk. Not sure what unit he could be either. He is the brother, or the son of Arcturus Mengsk, the villain, and helps Raynor put a stop to him, but yeah, I'm not sure what unit he could be, but battle most likely to use technology of the Dominion. Maybe a Viking? That might be cool.
Good night, sweet prince.
He is a prince, so...
Sorry, you ain't my Prince Charming.
No. Okay, so then we got him. And then Jaina Proudmoore. This one's already been leaked several times. We all know she's in. We all know she's a Frost Mage. No lines to her yet, but good chunk of quotes here. Rexar says 2 Proudmoores down. We'll get to Rexar in a minute, but... Yeah, Jaina Proudmoore will be in. There's already been a model viewer of her. There's actually a model view of a lot of characters that have not been put into the game yet. It was revealed, I think, at BlizzCon last year. It has a slideshow, and there's probably like a dozen characters in there that have not been put into the game yet, but will be. So, and then we got Samurai Blade Master, Samuro the Blade Master. He was a character in Warcraft 3, and yeah, he uses Blade Storm. He's a warrior character, so could be exciting. There's already a model of him too in the... Well, there was a rough model of him, so we know he's in. Kil'Thas Sunstrider. Not the leader of the Blood Elves, but I guess you could call him the leader of the Blood Elves. The one that went bad, anyway. The bad part of the Blood Elves. He was a fight in the first expansion. He worked under Illidan, along with Lady Vash. We'll get to her in a minute, too. A lot of his abilities were leaked, and it looks like they're abilities pretty much from his fight. And his fight is probably one of the more memorable ones. I was very excited when we first downed him when I played back in Burning Crusade. That's about when I started playing Warcraft. But yeah, he summons phoenixes and stuff, and I think he'd be very interesting here. Sylvanas Windrunner, Night Elf that was killed and resurrected and became the leader of the undead in the Horde. So, Sylvanas, another archer character, probably summons things. He's got some abilities here that were kind of leaked. An archer that uses undead. I'm all for it. Rexar. Rexar is an orc hunter. He's actually, I think he's a mix between an orc and something else. I forget what, though. But he's very strong. He single-handedly punched Sargeras, I think, and kicked him out of Azeroth, and that is pretty awesome, if my lore is correct. He's a hunter, but he also throws axes and stuff, so more of a hands-on kind of hunter, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And then King Leoric, this one's already been previously leaked. There was a model of him, along with Rexar. King Leoric is the midway fight in Diablo 3, the first act. Diablo 3 is broken into now 5 acts with the expansion, but in the first act, he is the first boss that you fight halfway through the first act. Summons skeletons. It was very interesting. It was the first thing you got to fight, and it was a pretty badass fight when you first did it. It gets a little repetitive after a while, but still, King Leoric, Skeleton King, awesome. King Varian Rin, he is currently the leader of the Alliance. He's a warrior, I'm assuming, another version of a warrior. The cool thing about all the Warcraft heroes is there is enough abilities between all the heroes. No, they're kind of doing a crunch right now, but there's enough abilities between all the heroes to have several variants of each class. Like, they have Rhaegar right now for a shaman, but Thrall is also... I'll get to that in a minute, too. Thrall is also a shaman, And there's one more shaman character we're going to talk about in just a minute, but he's going to be one of these another warrior character. So yeah, he's important. Him and the Horde are always having issues. He's a pretty cool guy. I know a little bit about his lore and backstory. You can look up videos from him online, but yeah, he'll be. I think he's good to put in. The Alliance needs some heroes too, right? Not just the Horde. The Butcher. The Butcher was a bad guy in Diablo 3, and he was actually in Diablo 2, and they brought him back in Diablo 3 as the Act 1 final boss. Very, very scary when I first fought him. He's got charges, and he's got hooks like stitches, and fire erupts all over the place. Lots of fun. So, Butcher, oh yeah, I'm ready to do that. Lots of interesting quotes for him, too. Okay, so, Gelbin Mekka. This one's also been leaked. He's the leader of the gnomes from the Alliance, and he also flies around in a gyrocopter, so I imagine he'll be very similar to Corki from League of Legends. And I make most of my assumptions to League of Legends, not to Dota, because I didn't play Dota that much. I didn't enjoy it as much as League of Legends. But yeah, so we got a gnome. Finally a gnome representative. I'm hoping Millhouse Manastorm will get it eventually, but this is pretty cool. Then we got Garrosh Hellscream. I hate this dick. I'll just get out there and say that right now. I hate this dick really bad. I was hoping that we get to kill him last expansion. We didn't. He was put on trial, and he escaped. The fuck. And now he's got his father and all these other bad guys coming at us. Thanks, Garrosh. Thanks for nothing. He's a warrior. He's the warrior representative in Heroes of the Storm, or not Heroes of the Storm, in Hearthstone. And he's going to be a warrior character in here. A lot of his abilities might be based off of his final fight, so I suppose he'll be an interesting fighter. So then we got Gabriel Tosh. This one I'm a little mixed on. There's some quotes in here showing that he's in, but I imagine he'll be very similar to Nova, because he's a Spectre, which is kind of a darker, more mercenary version of a Ghost, like Nova is. So, yeah. He was in StarCraft 2 for a little bit. You had the choice in StarCraft 2 to either hire Ghosts on your team or Spectres. And I didn't play the Spectre missions, to be honest, so I'm not exactly sure what their differences are, but I'm sure there's some. Maybe there's enough to have another sniper character. Who knows? Phoenix. This is one, or Phoenix. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's Phoenix. He is a Protoss character who died. Very important. He was there when the Overmind was destroyed. And not sure what form he's going to take, because he has had several forms. Everyone's kind of hoping he's a Dragoon, which is a kind of a four-legged spidery unit that was seen in StarCraft 1, and I remember that. But yeah, everyone's hoping that he gets in as a Dragoon. So, and then we have Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall is a ogre, or not an ogre. He's an ogre. He's an ogre mage. Ogre mages have two heads, by the way, which is kind of weird. I never understood. Maybe their brain capacity isn't smart enough to do magic by themselves. He's the chief of the Twilight's Hammer. He was a raid boss in the Cataclysm expansion. He was involved in the creation of the Death Knights and the Ogre Mages. Important. He serves the ancient gods. Very bad things. We fought a few of them. So he'll probably be a warlock type character. A lot of shadowy spells and stuff. And then we got Zildjian. Zildjian is a troll character, a green troll. He's a forest troll from the Almani tribe. We fought him on several occasions. First time we fought him was in, I believe it was in the first expansion, and in the first expansion he was a boss in Zulaman. Zulaman was the place, and he transformed into various aspects like Dragonhawk and Panther, or was it a Panther or was it a Cheetah? I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. But yeah, a forest troll character, kind of spiritual, animalistic, I guess. Could be interesting. Agra, likely another shaman character. She's Thrall's wife right now, and I believe that they're having a kid. At the end of the Cataclysm expansion, she was pregnant with a kid. So I'm assuming that we'll get to see a little bit more of her, probably after she has her kid. I don't know if she's going to be involved in this new expansion or not, but she's pretty tough. Likely another shaman character. I'm not sure which version, because it seems Thrall's going to be the elemental shaman. Rhaegar was kind of more of the healing shaman. Maybe an enhancement shaman? That'd be cool. Enhancement was what I played mainly in Warcraft. Artanis. Artanis is another Protoss character. I think he took the place of a scout unit. I could be wrong. It was a flying kind of spaceship unit. He's the Executor. After he became the Executor after Tassadar died. So Tassadar is actually a dead character. Sorry, spoilers. Not sure what unit he's going to be based off of, but he's probably going to be based off a unit, not an actual Protoss that moves around like Zeratul or Tassadar. Alright, then we got Lady Vash. Lady Vash is the evil Naga. Let's see, she was an ally to Ashara, and also she worked under Illidan along with Kael'thas. So it was in the Burning Crusade expansion, it was both Lady Vash and Kael'thas served underneath Illidan Stormrage. So, yeah, pretty cool. Not sure what abilities she could have. She was a raid boss, and she had some pretty interesting things. Hopefully tainted cores are not involved. Thrall. Everyone wants Thrall. He's the elemental shaman. You can tell by his abilities that were kind of leaked here. He will be an elemental shaman, even though Earthbind Totem and Lightning Shield got sent to other things. He could be an enhancement shaman. We don't know, but kind of more based off of what he is right now in the game. He's an elemental shaman, so hopefully he'll have lots of big elemental abilities. So, yeah, he was the leader of the Horde until he stepped down, gave it to Garrosh. Garrosh fucked things up, and then, yeah, now Zildjian? Yeah, I want to say Zildjian. I may be getting names wrong. I'm sorry. And then we got, let's see, Horus Warfield, evil Emperor of the Dominion. Don't like him very much. He was the prominent villain, essentially, in the Heart of the Swarm expansion to StarCraft 2. He got what he deserved. Not sure what form he's going to take, but most likely a unit of some kind. Maybe not. I don't know. Sonorous. Sonorous is the demigod. He's a demigod of Elune. Elune is what all the Night Elves kind of pray to. And he's a druid, so he could very well be... Let's see. Whoa. He was killed by Grom Hellscream. That's not good. But I'm wondering these things too. I haven't backtracked that far in lore, but Sonorous, I'm hoping we'll get a druid that actually shapeshifts into things, but we'll see. Alright, then we got the Goblin Sapper. This guy is essentially a demolitionist. So he could be... This is similar to the Goblin Techies of Dota. So hopefully lots of explosions and stuff. I like explosions characters. Ziggs is my favorite hero from from League of Legends. And he's actually got a dialogue line here from Gazlo.
Oh, dead man walking!
Okay, that works. The Lost Vikings. This was a game that Blizzard made way before they even made Diablo or StarCraft or Warcraft. Lost Vikings were a bunch of Vikings in a 2D side-scrolling platformer. And everyone says they're going to get along with Rock and Roll Racing, which, if you guys don't remember Rock and Roll Racing, it was pretty awesome. And then lastly, we got the Overmind. This one kind of blew my mind a little bit because I'm not exactly sure how he could do all this. He'll be similar to Abathur, but here's what Tassadar says when he kills
The great enemy has fallen!
I mean, since they were able to make Abathur a playable character, I'm surprised about what else they can do. Abathur is the most unique character I've ever seen in any MOBA game. Essentially, he sits back and infests people. That's pretty awesome. I'd be interested to see what they can do with the Overmind. So, was the leader of the Zerg before it exploded. Tassadar sacrificed himself to kill it, and yeah, could be good. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but we'll see. And a couple more characters were kind of hinted at. Diablo's got some quotes in here that make references to his brothers, Baal and Mephisto, two of the other Primevals, so they could very much likely be in there. And then there's a couple of things about another angel being in, possibly Imperius from Diablo. He was kind of the leader of the angels. Or Mothael. Everyone wants to see Mothael. He was the boss in the Reaper of Souls expansion recently. So, yeah, that's 37 plus a little bit more new heroes. I'll put the link down below so you guys can read all this if you want, read through all the lore. You'll have to translate it using Google Translate because it's going to be in Russian. But other than that, it's a pretty exciting time. Next month is BlizzCon, and we'll see what shows up. You know, I'm hoping they'll have a large string of announced heroes because right now there's nothing in the data files except for these small little leaks right here. So, yeah, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you like the content. And, yeah, remember, more great videos coming to you daily. Have a good one, guys.